And welcome everyone to this episode of the Real Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Edwards. Joining us today, folks, is the founder and CEO of PathWater. Please welcome Mr. Shadi Bakour. Shadi, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's good to be here.
It's always great to see you, Shadi.
Likewise.
First question for you today is what does being an impact leader mean to you?
You know, it's a great question and a great question for this conference that we're at today. I would say being an impact leader has to do with really seeding change and starting with a theory of what that change at the source means and what the purpose of it is. And from that, I think you can't have an idea without execution. So there are two sides of it, but I think an impact leader is someone that is driving that change on a bigger scale through taking an idea and making it a reality in the world.
And so for people listening to this, what is the most important message that you want the world at large to hear from this gathering of impact leaders?
The one message that I want to have for everyone is that you can make a change, and it starts with a small group of people, right? It doesn't start with everybody changing at the same time. It starts with a very small group of people, and even one person, right? So when they talk about, if you want the change to happen outwards, the best way to do it is by changing yourself and going inwards. And so, that's what we're trying to do here today. That's what's really important to us, and that's what helps us wake up in the morning and feel excited for what the future looks like.
And one of the major themes of this conference with all these impact leaders here is regeneration.
Right.
How has regeneration shown up in your career?
Well, I think regeneration goes down to really the essence of what we're doing at PathWater. It's really interesting because our product actually has that side of regeneration where if you refill it more than 3 times, you're actually climate positive and you're giving back to the earth. And I've had many other instances of regeneration in my personal life, in my personal career, whether it's me finding my own path and trying to work in finance and technology and now in water and sustainability. I think you just got to keep innovating and iterating and trying new things out and seeing what works and what doesn't and really leaning into what does.
Love it. Love to hear it. And for you, Shadi, personally, tell us about your experience here at the Mo Summit. What impact has the summit had on your career?
The summit has had a tremendous impact on my career, I would say. Just being part of this community on a bigger level, I think is important because these are the people that are really driving change on a bigger scale, and it's just really cool to be a part of that.
Wonderful. And you've taken something from an idea and, like you said, executing it on it every single day to now growing this very large organization where you can go into a plaid pantry in Lake Oswego and find your product sitting right there. What does collaboration mean to you, and how has that shown up in your career?
I mean, how much time do we have, right? But I think you can't do anything alone, and what I've learned is that it's all about collaboration. Like, we need to support each other, and we need to help each other, and we need to work together. And I think that literally is the way that we've built our business. Is we were never scared to talk to someone or to meet someone. We were always on the hunt to kind of find that right partner or that right investor or that right retailer, whatever it may be, to join a movement that's not even us. It's actually bigger than us. So that's really what it comes down to for us is, if you look at our products, for example, we do all different types of collaborations with major organizations all over the world. I mean, it really rings true to me, and I think it's all about your community and it's all about collaboration.
Tell us a little bit more about those collaborations. What's been one that stood out to you that's made a positive impact?
I would say every single one of our co-branded partnerships have made a huge impact in the world. For example, if you go to any Aloe Yoga store or Orange Theory Fitness or, all of these different types of organizations where you might find a PathWater, we've completely replaced single-use plastic. But it's really not just about the bottle and the what we're creating. It's really about the message that you're part of something. You're looking towards future generations, and you're really trying to find a solution to one of the biggest crises in the world, which is the plastic crisis, right? So yeah, I think that's what comes to mind in terms of collaborations that have made an immediate and direct impact in the world.
And when we say you started this, from nothing, it seems like you and your co-founder really did. And as you continue to grow, the entrepreneur is faced with new challenges, and sometimes that's dealing with people, managing people, leading other people. What are some of the leadership lessons that you've been able to take away from this experience?
I think it's sometimes as you continue to grow, it's hard not to lose yourself in that growth. But just one of the most important things that I've learned is to really intentionally try to stay grounded. We'll celebrate along the way, but I think staying grounded is super, super important. And it's not any single person that makes an organization. An organization or a company, by definition, is a group of people. And it's every single one of those people that ultimately will lead to growth or decline or whatever it is that's kind of going on in your world.
When you spoke about impact leadership, you talked a lot about purpose and staying true to that authentically. Let's bring this home, Shadi. What is your definition of a real leader?
Yeah, it's a great question. A real leader to me is someone that is authentically trying to create a better life and a better world for everyone. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, is service. And it's a cheesy word that you might hear a lot of people say, but really living a life of service to others, I think, is ultimately the most fulfilling thing, number one, but more importantly, it creates a ripple effect for others and an example for others to kind of follow that and become leaders in their own way.
Appreciate you coming on the show today. For Shadi Bakour, I'm Kevin Edwards, asking you to go out there, live a life of service, and always, folks, keep it real. Thanks, Shadi.
Thanks,
Appreciate you, man.